Hello students, welcome to my channel Online Biology Tutorials. We are studying respiration. We are already done with glycolysis. If you haven't watched the video, please watch that first because these series should be covered in a sequential manner. In this video, we will talk about anaerobic respiration in yeast. Important thing that anaerobic respiration is written, that means there will be no oxygen. So what yeast does when there is no oxygen? This kind of respiration will be known as anaerobic respiration in the yeast. Yeast is an important fungus which is widely consumed because it is edible in nature, right? So yeast, when there is no oxygen, it forms ethanol. It also forms carbon dioxide and energy. Remember, the energy that will be produced in the case of anaerobic respiration, it is always less in comparison to aerobic respiration, right? Anaerobic respiration always produces less number of ATP in comparison to the aerobic one. Now here you need to learn that ethanol is a 2-carbon compound. 2-carbon compound means it just contains 2 carbon in it. And when yeast does respiration, it also gives out carbon dioxide, right? So these products you have to learn. Now what is the utility? What is the use of this respiration? Why are we studying in yeast? Because yeast is basically being used in the brewery and the baking industry. Baking industry is the one that deals with the production of cakes, and brewery industry is the one that deals with the production of alcohol. Here you can see that yeast has produced ethanol. Now this ethanol is basically used for producing alcohol of varied types. That is why yeast has been discussed here. Along with this, you can see that CO2 has come out, right? Because of this process, it is basically being used for cake preparation. It makes the cake fluffy. How? Suppose you have prepared the batter of cake and you have added yeast to it and you keep it for a while. After a period of time, the dough which you have taken inside the container, after a period of time, the volume of it will become more. The volume of the batter will become more. Why the volume has increased? Volume has increased. Why? Because of the CO2 content in the batter has increased. When you have added yeast, yeast has started doing respiration. What kind of respiration? Anaerobic respiration. So with its activity, CO2 is increased in the batter. As a result, the volume has risen. And once you bake this batter in the oven, what happens? The gas CO2, it escapes out, and it escapes out by leaving gaps in between. And the more the gaps in the cake means the more the fluffy it would be. That is why yeast is a friendly organism, because it adds fluffiness to the cakes, to the dhoklas, to the bhaturas. So it is widely being used in the edible foodstuffs, right? So yeast, it has formed ethanol, carbon dioxide and a little amount of ATP. We have also discussed what is the use of ethanol and what is the use of CO2. So it is widely being used, right? My question for this video is, in which kind of foods yeast is being widely used? So you need to tell that in which type of foods yeast is being commonly used? You can answer in a word or a two, and you can write your answer in the comment section. If you have liked the description of the video, don't forget to hit the right button and do consider subscribing and pressing the bell icon. Share this video with maximum number of students so that each one of you can avail the benefit. See you in next video where we would be discussing anaerobic respiration in the human beings.